woke up today and I had this overwhelming thought in my head, and I think that something is telling me to tell y'all or share this message with y'all. So I feel like it's somebody out here, or maybe it's just a bunch of people out here that need to hear this. And it was like, you thought you were special. You really thought you were special. Who told you you were special?
Now y'all have to think and understand, if 50 will cut off his own flesh and blood for not being loyal, what makes Lil Meech think he had the golden light? What? It ain't 50's fault. It's not 50's fault, no way, for cutting you off, because you showing your loyalty. Facts. And it ain't not knocking that your dad is your dad. Not knocking that. What you should have did was take your dad to say, look, Dad, this is how this bread is coming in. What you doing is some snakes. You know what I'm saying? That's what you should have did. But you didn't. Y'all better remember that Lil Meech posted on his page, sending shout outs and happy birthdays to Rick Ross. And while I'm at it, that ain't Rick Ross. This man in the yellow was Rick Ross. Okay? Everybody know that this man right here, or everybody should know that this man right here is Rick Ross. He the man that actually was moving weight. This mother over here, this Rick Ross ain't never moved nothing. Ain't never did nothing gangster in his life, I don't believe. These women get mad at you and spill the beans on everything. Your baby mama, I can't even think of this rapping Rick Ross real name, but he ain't the real Freeway. But anyway, when his girl got mad at him, his ex, his baby mama, one of them, his first son's baby mama, his first son's mama, when she got mad at him, she told everything. She told it how he ain't never been no gangster. He ain't never did nothing. He ain't never moved no way. He ain't never did nothing. But regardless of him showing it, okay? I mean, regardless of her showing it or saying it, the facts was simple. 50, which 50 still letting it be known. What's old dude's name with $1 million worth of game? Gilly the Kid. He talked about it. A few other people talked about the fact that they know that you was not who you're portraying to be. You ain't that cat. It ain't like you the first or the last. You know what I'm saying? But you ain't that cat. You don't get down like that. Okay? And people gotta understand you messed over on Meek Mill. You messed over on Meek Mill. So if you was really loyal and about that, you wouldn't have got over on Meek Mill. Now I do think you got something. You know that you gonna get something out of being around Big Meech. Okay, I really think you know that. But the thing is, Big Meech, come on, man. Come on. Where your loyalty at, man? And then you didn't, like I said before about this, but I mean it is more evidence. I'm going to be talking about this for a minute because I know this ain't nowhere near ending. But you messed your son acting career all the way up. Hands down, you basically threw that in the trash. 50 hit, well, Lil Meech hit 50. saying they just told me you unfollowed me off Instagram and now you managing Skilla baby with Rocket when I brought him around you first when you didn't have a clue who he was. Regardless, don't make no difference. You shouldn't have a problem at all because 50 is giving Skilla, whatever you want to call him, Skilla baby, whatever his name, the opportunity to make something. Okay? You wasn't, he is. The same way your daddy should have knew that 50 gave you an opportunity to make something out yourself and he didn't. But then it goes on to say, now you mad at me when I would take the shirt off my back for you. I can't believe this, man. You act as if I'm your enemy. And actually, you might not be his enemy, but you definitely someone that he ain't messing with no more. You can believe that. Like I said, if he cut his son all the way off, you ain't nothing to cut off. And I'd rather cut a cat off early and get it out the way than let this man bring harm and stress to my life. I've only showed you love and loyalty in human. I go through my own, you know what, but I never switched up on you. You switched up on them when you actually was giving Rick Ross shout outs and shit. Okay? When you know that that's his real enemy. You know these things. Regardless if your dad knew or not, you knew them things. Then you was F Rick Ross, but he gave my dad some bread so he can afford to pay his bills until the next season starts. And then 50 hit him back with, what next season, little ninja? like this is crazy, but what you about to see though, what you really about to see is how Lil Meech was never a gangster. He never was about that life. He was fronting, trying to be about that life. He was never about that life and needed this show to make him, that BMF series, needed that to even get some kind of credibility of him being a tough guy. But that's stupid to me. That's stupid. That's straight dumb to me. All the way. All the way. But y'all better remember that, let me get it straight up here. Hold on 1 second. 50 cut off his son for messing with Supreme's son. 50 cut off, what's the dude named Southwest T for messing with Supreme's son. 50 also cuts off Big Meech for messing with Rick Ross. And I had to add also in there when Southwest T was seen with Rick Ross at an event. That drew the line. Okay, makes sense to me. Okay, makes sense to me how 50 is just cutting all ties because it's clearly seeing, hands down, this is what it's about. It's a snake game. It's a snake game and they playing it and 50 just ahead of it. That's all that is. All that is 50 is ahead of what's happening and 50 ain't about to be no pawn. That's all that is. That's all it is, okay? If any of y'all actually is out here in the streets, y'all know what it is and y'all know how I get down, y'all know what 50 about. Y'all know that he actually ain't with being around nobody. They ain't showing him real loyalty. And it's clear that all of these flinneries ain't showing him no loyalty. And if he'll cut his son off for not being loyal to him, ain't no way he wouldn't cut these cats that ain't got no blood ties to him at all off. Lil Meech, you showed your disloyalty when you was giving credit to Rick Ross or you was giving Rick Ross shouts outs, and even you said they gave him happy birthday wishes. You ain't never did that. Never. So why all of a sudden is you doing that now? Because your dad is seen with him. That's wild to me. And then at the same token, your dad is not clueless to the hip hop world. So your dad know that 50 and him ain't rocking. And then you have the nerve to say that your dad did that so he can get some money to pay his bills until your next season. Man, look, it's simple. It's real simple. If you actually, well, better yet, I think y'all think somebody's stupid here. Okay? You've been doing that BMF season for a few years now. I know you done made you a nice little bag. I know you have. Why ain't you have something waiting on your dad? Why ain't some of the people that's out here that's fans of your dad ain't gave your dad nothing? I'm confused. Why is it that you seem to not know what loyalty is? And you're confused that 50 cutting his ties with you. I'm confused. Well, he was supposed to keep ties with you knowing that you your father's son and you're trying to follow in his footsteps. And if he can see already that your daddy's being a snake, you ain't too far behind because you already showing snake mentality of acting like you don't know why he ain't messing with you. Because until you stress that, until you start seeing that, as far as happy birthdays and shouts out to Rick Ross, when you ain't never did that before. You ain't never did that before. Never. This ain't Rick Ross' first birthday. So why are you giving them respect now? Why are you giving them shouts out now? You think he ain't paying? You think 50 ain't paying attention to all that? You think that ain't making a good notion of why? He didn't just cut his son off. His son was thought he was an entitled little dude. I think 50 was giving him damn near $7,000 a month in child support, and he still said that wasn't enough. And then after that, he takes this picture with Supreme's son. Oh man, that's giving. That's giving. That's giving. You cut off, blood or not. Sometimes your blood can be your worst enemy. But this is clearly a whole thing about loyalty. And like I said, I don't want y'all to forget at all that there was a point in time Rick Ross wasn't Rick Ross, who he's trying to make himself seem to be. Like he's been trying to make himself seem to be. He ain't never been the boss. He ain't never been running nothing. He ain't never moved no weight. He ain't never did none of that. And y'all know he had some Haitian dude from Miami try to speak on something good with him. But about him being a correction officer. But regardless of what anyone says, okay, you became a correction officer, you lied about it. If you was really real about it, you know what I'm saying? And it really was what this Haitian dude talking about, you never would have lied about it. You never would have lied about it. But you did. But you did. It's just that simple. You did. Ain't no way 50 is wrong. 50 is correct in all of this. And what y'all gonna see is that Rick Ross ain't got nothing lined up for y'all. You done messed up your whole career over a dude that ain't got nothing lined up for you. Nothing. The man talk about 50 not having yachts and cars and all this stuff. Okay, y'all need to remember 50 Cent got big bucks. He got big bucks, okay? He got the money from Power. He got the money from the BMF series. You know what I'm saying? The Power series. Power turned into the one where dude is in Chicago, the white dude, Tommy. I think that's his name. Yeah, Tommy. And then he got Raising Canaan. Like, you know what I'm saying? This dude got money, so don't let Rick Ross fool y'all by saying you ain't where your cars, where your yachts, where your, you know what I'm saying? That's material BS, okay? He uses that to make people think he's about something that he's not. The same way when he was stripping, saying something about Gilly the Kid a little while ago. You know what I'm saying? And Gilly let it be known, okay, he got his wife because his wife chose him. You getting your women because you paying for them. And you can't hate on the facts. The facts is just that. He getting this woman because he paid for them. They know who he got that money. They know he got money. But I guarantee you he don't help Big Meech them out like 50 Cent was. I bet you that much. And then the whole thing has got to understand Big Meech, you was the shit 20 years ago. There's people ahead of you now. Way ahead of you. You should be crawling trying to walk. You get out trying to go straight to the top. That ain't gonna happen. It ain't gonna happen like that. I'm telling you it ain't gonna happen like that, but hey, you gonna have to see for yourself, and then you're gonna know and understand that you messed up something good, because 50 could have helped as well as he was helping your son's career. He definitely could have helped you as well, because 50 is already known that he was that street cat. He was that. It wasn't like he trying to pretend it. He was that. And I don't know 50. Don't even care to know 50. That ain't my issue. The point is, though, real is real. You respect the real. He was that. Ain't no if. He was that. He gave respect to those who gave him respect. And what you and your son doing ain't giving respect at all. It's showing straight snake vibes all the way. And it ain't like you waited a long time to show that you was on that, you know what. You ain't been out too long and you already doing what your brother did. And I don't understand. I mean, I can get you getting it, understand your brother doing it. You could have learned from what your brother did if it really meant something to you. It's clear that you don't give a damn. You don't, which, hey, man to man, I respect you for that. You know what I'm saying? That's cool, fine, and dandy. But at the same token, you got to realize that, hey, you just got out, man. You just got out. And your son needed him. And if your son was sincere about what he was saying about he need that bag for that next year, nah, man, you've been knowing for a very long time your dad was going to get out. What happened about all this? You the biggest muff and all that. You know what I'm saying? You ain't even saving up for when your dad get out to get him right. You ain't doing none of that. None of that. Or is this just some BS because, okay, you got out, got the jewelry, got your teeth did. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's a whole lot. I mean, there's things that go with this that y'all got to pay attention to. And y'all got to feel me on this, man. Like, for real. Why is this man hanging with 50's ops? Point blank period. That's it. If you loyal to me, ain't no way you should be hanging with my ops. Period. And if you ain't loyal to me, what am I even being around you for? Period. So this ain't nothing new. They knew. Lil Meech definitely knew that this is what 50 do. He trolls them, talks about them, makes them feel like you know what. And at the same token, you can't knock Rick Ross. Rick Ross is doing this to make 50 mad. And in the process, Big Meech and Lil Meech then got cut off. All the way. They ain't gonna make no more bread from messing with 50. And we're gonna see where this go. Hopefully, you know what I'm saying, Big Meech, you get these cats that you know what I'm saying, gonna keep coming and coming to your shows and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Because you ain't the Big Meech you was 20 years ago when you went in. You ain't him. You ain't got it like that no more. But you know what I'm saying? Hey, I hope something change up for y'all, because right now it's looking real bad for y'all flanneries, man. Looking real bad. But hey, y'all share, like, and subscribe. I'm up out of here.